Welcome to Fat Finger Foods. My name's Bobby, and we're making extra large beef jerky. We found this piece of beef downstairs in the freezer, and I think we're gonna try to turn it into these strips of jerky. So what'll happen is, normally when you take jerky, you cut it this way and you cut it into strips that'll pull apart because the muscle fibers run this way. And then if you cut it against the muscle fibers, once it's dry, it just pulls apart and seems tender. We wanna cut it with the grain. We're gonna use that to sort of tear strips. So once this dries out, it's gonna tear into almost like shoestring pieces. And then what we're gonna do is take that. It's awesome to just hang around and take the beef and then just have strips come off, and you just chew the strips over a long period of time. And the marinade we're gonna use is gonna be amazing. So it's gonna give a great flavor that you wanna just chew it slowly and really soak up all that deliciousness that we're gonna put in it. We're gonna start by sharpening our deboning knife. There's nothing as dangerous as a dull knife in a kitchen. On the top of the meat, there's this stuff called silver skin, and it's the little gritty, nasty pieces that we're gonna cut away with our deboning knife. Always cut away from yourself when you're cutting a piece of meat, and pull up with the piece that you're cutting away. I like to do this whole part without any gloves on because then you can actually feel the pieces that you're trying to cut away, and it's gonna result with an amazing end product for our beef jerky. Once you're finishing up, just run your hand one last time over all the meat. If you don't want to clean it, that's fine, but I'd rather not have pieces sticking out of my teeth for a few days. We're actually going to save all the cuts that we did, and we're going to grind it up for burger meat later on. This is absolutely beautiful. We got all of our silver skin off. Any of weird little pieces that felt like they'd be funky when they get dried out are gone. We're gonna slice up all of this beef, and we're gonna try to get these nice big long strips. Some of them are gonna be a little smaller, some of them are gonna be a little bigger, but hey, it's homemade, and I love that kind of feeling when you have something that you give to somebody. There's just a little bit of variation, and they know that you made it with love. Starting to get the kind of pieces that we want. These long pieces that sort of stand up. Maybe we should put them in a jar or something. What do you think, babe? Definitely gonna need some gloves because we're about to handle chipotle peppers, which are pretty much smoked jalapenos, which you definitely don't want to be getting that all over whatever you're touching. We're gonna mix together some Worcestershire, some soy sauce, which is really important. Don't get some kind of soy sauce that's cheap or discounted. Get traditionally brewed soy sauce. There's Kikkoman brand, there's a couple others, but this is really the star of the show, so don't skimp out on your soy sauce. We're also throwing in some Hoff's hot sauce. We're using mean green. It has a little less heat, but it's gonna give us this perfect back of the throat sort of heat where you just feel it and you get this amazing taste of the jalapenos. Then we're gonna start putting some garlic powder in there, some coarse black pepper, and of course, our chipotle peppers right over here. I just keep them right in this plastic thing. They're usually $1 for a bunch of them. We're gonna start by taking the seeds out of these and then mincing them up as fine as we can and throwing it into our bowl, combining the rest of our ingredients, and then tossing our beef in it. a piece of jerky. Look at this massive piece of jerky. I cannot wait to dry this out. And the smell is so good. The smell is like soy saucy, caramelly, like not like a sweet caramel, sweet and savory caramel smell, not like, you know, candy. The chipotle pepper, like the smell coming off of it, oh my goodness, you can even see little pieces of chipotle on it and like a couple seeds like right there, and these little perfect little seeds. When this dries out, it's gonna be beautiful. Look at this piece. Ooh, we making beef jerky today. Oh my goodness, these are gonna dry so good. Look at these. Ooh. And I'm not too worried about like, there's a couple different thicknesses. It's not that big of a difference. Once these are gonna lose like 60 or 70% of the water in them, and they're gonna dry out. So don't be too afraid if you're like, oh man, these are like way too thick, because they get small really quick. We're gonna bag these up, and they're gonna sit in the fridge for like 12 hours. And tomorrow I think we're gonna start the drying process. So that's when you're gonna see us next time. We're gonna get out our dehydrator. This one we got for $15 at a garage sale. You can also use the method that's in the oven. It's actually in the description below the video. We're gonna put some gloves on, because don't forget we have chipotle peppers in this, and it's just like getting jalapenos all over your hands. We're gonna put our beautiful pieces of jerky with a little bit of spacing on our dehydrator grate. That way the air can pass through and get around all of the pieces of meat. If there's any little pieces of beef in the bag, I usually just throw them away, or I'll turn them into some kind of stir fry. The total time for drying of this beef jerky is going to be about another 11 or 12 hours. We're going to do 3 hours at 155 degrees Fahrenheit, and then switch off to 8 more hours at a lower temperature. This will help get rid of some of the moisture. All there is to do after that is just hand out the jerky to all your friends.